everyone. I am Wendy with Winds of Change Ministries, and today I'm going to talk about uh, Jacob and Esau, the children of Yitzhak. And I guess actually their name is Ashau, Esau, and Jacob, Jacob, the children of Yitzhak, Isaac. All right, so anyway, um, when after Sarah passed away, Isaac was lonely. His father got him a wife from his own kin. Turns out to be his cousin. Okay, and anyway, when she was barren for a very long time, and when she finally did conceive, she had twins, and it was a very hard pregnancy. And she sought out the Most High, Yahweh, and about this, what's going on. And she was told that two nations were in her womb, and they were fighting with one another. So this was the struggles between Ashau and Jacob. It started before they were even born, okay? And they were completely opposite from one another as far as their personalities when they were born. Ashau, Esau, was a hunter. He was a real man's man. And he enjoyed going out into the woods and fighting. Not fighting, hunting and getting game. And Jacob was more of a homebody. He hung out with his mama, okay? He was a mama's boy. And anyway, so Rachel favored Jacob, and Isaac favored Esau, Ashau. So anyway, as they got older, one day Esau came in from a long hunt, and he was famished. I guess it wasn't a very good hunt. He was hungry, and he thought he was going to die. He was so hungry. And he asked his brother for a bowl of lentil soup. Now, these were red lentil soup, okay? The red lentils. And he went and said, he was a negotiator, and he says, okay, if you want this soup, then this lentil stew, then I want your birthright, because Esau was the elder. And anyway, so Esau thought he was going to die. He says, well, what good is this birthright? It doesn't even go into play until his father passes away. Okay, save my life. I'll sell my birthright to you as the eldest son, if you give me some stew. And so he did. Now, this was red lentil stew. That is one of the reasons why his nation, when he did become his own nation, they called it Adun, all right, red, because of the red stew, okay? And and for those of you who know chakras, right, that red color deals with our most basic needs, food, things that we need, right? Our stability in life. And so anyway, there is a link to that. Now, Esau, his name means hairy, and that's going to come into play in a moment, because like I said, we all have to live up to our names. Biblically, the biblical characters do. Anyway, so later, Rebecca overheard her husband, who favored Esau, overheard them having a conversation that the father said his eyes were dim. He didn't see very well. And his father had passed away, and he just felt like he was right around the corner from this. So he was making preparations, and he wanted to go ahead and bless Esau. Now, The blessing should have gone to the one with the birthright, but Yitzhak, Isaac, was blinded to that truth. Okay, he was blinded on many levels, and Rebecca, she took action, and she told her son to get ready because she was going to prepare a lamb for her husband and cook it in the way that he likes it stewed. This was the same way that Isaac had told Esau to do. All right, and with wild game. So they had a head start because he had to actually go out and hunt the game, and all Jacob had to do was slaughter something that was right there. Anyway, but Jacob was very hesitant of this. He didn't want to do it because he said, "What if my father wants to film me and I'm not hairy?" See, because Esau, hairy, he was very hairy, and so Rivka, she came up with a solution, and they put hair on him, okay, so that he felt hairy. Anyway, so when he went in to deceive his father, and unfortunately it was deception. It should have never come to the point of deception. He should have got that blessing anyway. All right, because he had already earned the birthright. If a person so freely discards their birthright, then they just, I don't want this. Then that's on them. Okay, that just shows their lack of foresight. All right, to discard something that could be so precious, and like a promise from God to be the covenant nation of God. Remember, Jacob had two sons. One was covenant, right? Which was Isaac. He's the one that held the promises of God. And then there was the other one, Ishmael, who, yes, he became a nation all by himself with 12 sons and a daughter. He did it all by himself, but he was not under the covenant. So that those promises were very, very important and precious. So anyway, but Isaac was blinded to this, and to the fact that his other son did not deserve it. Not only that, his other son had married Canaanite women, and the land of Canaan had been cursed. Not in that moment, but the children's of the children. They had been cursed. They knew that there had been a curse on that area, and that they would one day become their servants. And yet, Esau did not have the foresight to see that he was getting into a bad relationship. One way of looking at it is getting into karmic relationships. People who have not elevated to a higher state of consciousness. All right? You got to elevate and be evenly yoked. To stay with people who are flies, who haven't elevated and come into higher understanding, that's just bringing a curse upon yourself. Okay? So, anyway, but again, Isaac, Yitzhak, was blind to all of this stuff. But his wife was very smart. And so she was a little bit conniving, she was a little bit deceptive, but she got the job done and made sure that promise of the covenant went into the right hands. And afterwards, after he stole the birthright by feeding it to his father and getting the blessing, so now he had the birthright and the blessing, Esau came and saw that Jacob had already stole his blessing, and Jacob lives up to his name. And he says, surely he has supplanted me these two times. Jacob means supplanter. All right. And he had supplanted his brother. All right. He pulled the rug out from under him. So that is what happened to that point. And I'm going to leave it there. Well, wait, let me say this. I'm going to end it with this. So, yes, Esau had already married, but Jacob had not married. And so Rebecca, in an effort to save her son from the wrath of her other son, the true eldest son, she encouraged her husband to send him to back up where they came from, back to the family, right? And to get another relative to be married into the family. Okay, and so once again, everyone, all the patriarchs, all of them, patriarchs and matriarchs, they all come from that same bloodline. They're all interbred. Okay, and so this reiterates what I said yesterday, that the true Hebrew Israelites, okay, they were white. Laban, his name is white. All right, so that's a clue. You don't name your black child Whitey. Okay, that's not going to happen. All right, so we know that they were white. All right, and they came from they did not come from the seed of Ham. They came from Shem, which means the name, actually. All right, that's what Shem means. And the in today's Judaism, they call the sacred name Hashem, the name. Okay, because this whole line, the line that that God wanted to reveal Himself through. All right, after the flood, as other people did different things, the family line that God wanted to reveal His true identity to, His essence, right, is the line of Shem, and so it's very suitable that he, that they call him Hashem. All right, I mean, it's suitable in a way, and yet not really, because it only gives a small fraction of how great and wonderful He who exists truly is. All right, He who exists. So anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I'm going to be back several times today because I'm wanting to knock out a lot of things before my 40 days of manna are up. But for now, my name is Wendy, and we're all living in the winds of change.